already talked about this. I think conceptually, this game, I would not be surprised if there's gonna be a wave of these type of games. So for anybody who doesn't know what this game is, the game is basically going to be every single person is going to have a completely unique experience. You crash down with a ship or something, and then you tell the AI, and you basically procedurally generate with the AI what your game experience is going to be. Okay, chat. You guys are saying AI slop, AI crap. I think the fact that every single person can have a completely different experience based on what you do, I think it could be pretty cool. Fuck no. Everybody that's saying no, why? Why do you say no? Isn't that basically No Man's Sky? No. This is basically like, you can tell the AI you want to go to Big Dick and Balls Planet 56, and the AI will procedurally generate Big Dick and Balls Planet 56, and no other person has Big Dick and Balls Planet 56 in their playthrough, right? I'm assuming that it is like completely you generate the game depending on how you interact with the AI, right? I think it could be cool, but I don't know how well executed it's going to be. That's why I'm saying I think there could be a wave of these games, right? Where, like, depending on how well this game pulls it off, it'll determine whether or not it's going to be a shtick, a niche. And if it does pull it off pretty well, it'll probably initiate a wave of games that try to do something similar or better. So, open ChatGPT unprompted with let's try text RPGing a classical Dungeon and Dragons campaign. You will play the NPCs and the Dungeon Master. I mean, it's basically like that, right? It's not that different. Fuck AI. Listen, I'm 100% down for fuck AI, right? Because I don't want the future to be AI overlords killing us and exterminating all humanity because all humans do is ruin things, right? But until then, I'm still intrigued as to what the fuck we could possibly do with AI. It sounds cool, but in reality, I'm like 90% sure it's gonna be slop. We're like 5 to 10 years away from these games. No, but Maestric, I don't think you're understanding. Do you know how most things work in progress? Unless there is a piece of shit slop to kick off the conversation, there will not be anything in the future, right? Unless Steve Jobs and Apple decided to really fucking create that, the first, like, barely functioning iPhone, right, in their lab, and then eventually get it to what the fuck it became, there would have been a completely different, like, history of smartphones and how we technologically advanced in that regard, right? I mean, they can make a first slop. I'm not against it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? That's why I'm interested to see where it goes. That's why I'm saying it could be cool, right? I think everybody that's saying, no, we can't, no, it's not cool, I think that's like anti-progression. Like, I feel like you should be open-minded to most things and see how it goes. And if it's ass, you know it's ass. Just move on. But, like, you have to understand that it could be something cool, right? It's anti-AI slop. Procedurally generated content is always ass. Why is it always ass? I feel like it's always ass because we haven't perfected it, you know? Like, can you imagine a point in which we perfect procedurally generated content to the point where you can just wake up, pop on your VR headset, and say, yo, Siri, let's let's have sex, and then you just fucking start banging Siri in the bedroom. Who the fuck knows, right? Just anything. It's like, you know what, Siri? Actually, I don't want you to be a girl today. I want you to be a Fuda. And then Siri's like, all right, blap. Just, you know, like, anything. Like, who knows what could be possible, you know? Well, obviously, we're not at that level yet, but I think it could be cool. Now, the only stipulation to these things, right, and the only reason I think these things could be stinky is because of the possible, like, yeah, things like AI voice, right? So, when you create a fully procedurally generated, AI-generated game chat, what can you not do? Have pre-voice dialogue. Because you can't. You don't know what every single word that that person is going to say is going to then generate speech-wise. So, it's going to cause AI voicing But like, yeah, there's literally nothing you can do besides that. I don't know, like, wouldn't it not run really well just because it needs to generate entire prompts off of limited information? Well, I mean, like I said, this could be like the first iteration of a concept, right? And then later down the road, we could have something really good, you know? Keep your fetishes to yourself? Okay. Because Hoyo made it? It's joking, this is not made by Hoyo. Are you a donkey? Like, huh? It's literally not made by Hoyo. If they compensate well for the sample from a voice actor, then it's okay, I guess. I guess, true. If they got, like, one voice actor to completely train an entire AI based on their voice and then pay that actor based off of that, maybe. But then I feel like that's also a slippery slope of, like, getting into fully trained voices of that character. Because then, like, unless the voice actor literally tells the company, you can only use this for this game and this version of the game, and if you want further use of my voice and other, like, later patches and stuff, you have to repay me, stuff like that. Like, it's a whole slippery slope. This is why that's, like, the one downside I see. It's the AI voicing. Because, like, how do you not cause a complete slippery slope landslide in terms of AI essentially training full AI models to have people's voices? Because that, like, I could see a reality where down the road, a company gets a voice actor to come in to the studio, train this AI, and then the company sneaks in a fucking little part in the contract that's like, we could keep using your voice infinitely. And then, oh shit, now the company owns your voice and can now just straight up use your voice in every fucking game in perpetuity forever. And now that voice actor's out of an entire job, right? So, could be kind of Monka W in that aspect.
For me, I think people should separate I with the person that uses I. BCI is tool. It's neither good or bad. It becomes either good or bad depending on people that use it.
100%.
This is why I like I, but dislike those who use I to take away jobs like voice acting or art. Hopefully people can use I as a means to use with humans instead of replace.
This is why I don't like when people blanket say they just hate AI, because I don't know if you guys know, some of the biggest artists that you guys love and follow today and post pictures to me on Twitch chat are using AI. As in, not the way you think. They're not generating art. They're using AI tools to help them touch up, to help them do backgrounds, to help them do stuff like that. And that is still AI, right? And this is why it's never good to say blanketly you hate all AI. You have to hate certain parts of what people do with AI, right? Like, I don't think using AI tools is bad. I think using AI to do full fucking works is bad. But yeah. Yeah, I saw artists using AI tools to draw chains. Is this AI? Those titties are a little too big. I'm not pulling that up on stream. Yeah. I mean, Adobe now has AI tools to make the tedious work easier. Yeah, and a lot of artists are using that. When people say they hate AI, they mean generating. I don't think that's entirely true. I think there's people out there that just generally hate the entire concept of AI. So it's not just one thing, but we'll reach a point where a voice actor won't even be needed for the training. That's okay. So that's where I think laws and regulation need to catch up. I don't know if laws and regulations currently exist in which, right? Because right now, chat, what do AI do on the internet? They just compile tons of data and then train models off of that, right? Regardless of, you know, regardless of if they got it approved by the creators and stuff like that, right? Now, what's really is there any law or regulation stopping companies and people from literally just training AI models off of voices? Like, we literally already have that, don't we? We literally have websites. Like, remember when I used 11 Labs chat, where I basically fed it Kaching voices until it trained off of Kaching's voice, and then it suddenly could say things in Kaching's voice, right? Like, what is there to stop that? Like, I don't know. Some people are saying EU has laws. I don't know if the US and, like, globally have laws, right? Because, like, that, obviously, I just fucked around with that for fun. But, like, theoretically, that's, like, a really bad thing. Because if someone can just, for their video game, just go to their favorite voice actor. Let's say you really love Raiden's VA, right? And then you just train an entire AI model off of Raiden's VA's voice. And then they just use it for the game, you know? I think a lot of people that say they hate AI aren't informed enough to make an actual nuanced stance on AI. They just heard AI is bad because one particular issue and they didn't look any deeper than that. I mean, that happens with everything, though. It's not just AI. It's just most serious topics in life. Bro, government can't even regulate all the virtual currency market, let alone AI regulations. That's what I'm saying. I think AI regulations need to catch up. Like, I think that's the biggest thing.